Sis, walk, don't run. There's 24 hours left in the Sephora Spring 2026 VIB sale. And I feel like some of these items are heavily slept on. Like, I don't feel like I see a lot of the girls, enough of the girlies speaking about them. So I'm gonna put you on to my holy grails and also what's new. I like to splurge a little bit on my skincare and beauty products because I want the best, like optimal outcome. Especially when we're transitioning from winter to spring, given the harsh weather conditions that I live in, I really want to be summer ready. So we're not just throwing items in the cart because the girlies say it's viral. I've done my research and most of the items in my cart are tried, tested, and true. Otherwise, new in and just, you know, a little bit of a splurge. This video is here to help you shop smarter and not harder. All right, so let's get started in no particular order. So first up, I have this Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Body Fermenza Oil. Now this was an absolute splurge, but the reason why I got this was actually to substitute a fragrance. I work in a fragrance-free environment, so what that means is we're not allowed to wear perfume and all the thing, but it's for health reasons, health and safety reasons. So for me, in order for me to get something like, in order for me to get that like fragrance feeling without doing too much that has projection, I like to wear something that's more close to the body. And this is like a dual purpose item. I love how well this fragrance pairs nicely with like my other vanilla based and gourmand products. So definitely 10 out of 10 do recommend. It does also have like some skin firming ingredients. So that's also good for me as my skin ages and cellulite and things. Yeah. Another complimentary item to this would be this. Now I went back and forth in my cart about this for a hot minute just because it's another one of those heavy price tag splurge items, but it this is definitely worth it. I think that this is ideal for someone who is in harsh winter conditions because it serves as an additional hydration and moisturizing layer. And also I love this item for the summer months because you're also able to skip a step. So I don't wear too many heavy products like the body butters and stuff like that. Most of the girlies don't opt for during the spring or warmer months. But when you go for this, you are still very much moisturized well throughout the day without having to put on any like body oils, butters, but you can just skip a few steps. Let's continue on the topic of skincare and go into some of the Fenty items. So I got this, which is probably going to step into the girlies' holy grail items. And especially when it comes to, this is already like a cult classic. And now they've introduced the Vanilla Dream fragrance and it's already sold out and they've already leveled up to value size. This formula is absolutely top tier. And then you add the vanilla fragrance for the vanilla girlies and we live. The formula is so rich and it is just so long lasting. It is truly worth the splurge. But only during the sale for me, I think. I did also get this product here, which is the same as the body butter, but in the body milk or lotion formula. I do prefer the body butter or the butter drop over the, well, they're both butter drop. I prefer the what is this? I prefer the body cream over the body milk. This is great for, again, like layering fragrances without having like this overpowering perfume on. I do love this. For the Caribbean girls who are familiar with like sugar cake, I think that's what they call it in Barbados, but that coconut treat that has like they usually dye the coconut pink and then it has like the white bottom. This smells exactly like that. So I'm not sure if that was their inspiration or point of reference, but that's exactly what it gives. So if you want to smell like a sweet sugary coconut snack, this is your go-to. And then next, I decided to splurge on this item here. This is the Rich Dip Bubble Bath in the Vanilla Flowers fragrance. This vanilla fragrance is more of it's a clean girl version of vanilla. So it's not too heavy on like the milky, creamy ice cream, like snack vanilla, but more of a fresh fragrance. And so I can't wait to experience this in like a luxe bubble bath situation. So to be continued. I'm totally in my skincare era. I've been using this for a couple seasons now. I'm someone who has to switch out my deodorants every couple, let's say, years or so at this point. The armpit detox definitely helps a lot. I think that's what makes this item the most effective. But this deodorant is by Kosas. It's Kosas Sport. I got the fragrance-free formula. It's an AHA serum deodorant, and remember, there is a difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant. Google is your friend. Otherwise, yeah, it's a really nice odor fighting treatment. I've been using this for a couple seasons, last summer as well, and I really love how I really have no odor and I'm not really fighting myself against it. So 10 out of 10. If you're looking for a clean deodorant, this is my best bet. So it's essential to look into the details and make sure that your deodorant is truly, in fact, clean. Otherwise, you have to start your armpit detox all over again. But maybe that's like a story for another day. Definitely add to cart. It comes in 2 more versions. I think more of like a citrus fragrance and then a more beachy fragrance. But I stick with the fragrance free, kind of like choose my own fragrance. But I just love how effective it is. This other item is a new in, and it is the Way Fragrance Mist in the Ibiza scent. This has the same gourmand notes that I love. They have the coconut, the tonka bean, the vanilla, the rum. It actually reminds me a lot of the Commodity Milk Personal, which is one of my faves and became like a cult classic. The girlies sold it out like last year. I think it went viral. But this is a cheaper alternative. It's not the cheapest, but it's a more affordable alternative given the price point of the commodity. So this is an absolute love. It's more on the like richer, more musky side of fragrances. But if you're into that with a touch of gourmand, then this is your friend. I'm just living for how all of the fragrances are going to come together and sit on my skin and just like get a whiff of myself, because I'm not allowed to have projection. But yeah. So I have a couple more skincare products, and then we'll get into a touch of makeup, and then hair care is really the focus of this haul. One of my must-have items when it comes to the Sephora sale is this product by the Inky List. It's the Invisible Patches. So I love the potency of these alongside of the affordability of this item. So that's why I always add to cart. I don't necessarily have issues with like blemishes, but when I do, I just pop on one of these. It comes in 2 sizes and I'm good within the next 12 to 24, no more than 48 hours. But on the topic of like blemishes and irritations, I did pick this item up. It is the Tower 28 SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. So recently, listen, like your girl, she needs glasses. So I went to the eye doctor, I got my eyes tested, and I needed some glasses. If you're familiar with that process, there are a series of machines that you have to like sit your face in so they can test your eyes. You got to put your chin on the rest and then your head on the, and that's where I knew I was going to get messed up. So I have a little bit of texture going on in this area, exactly where my head was resting on the headrest. And so I definitely need to attack and rescue my skin. And I think that this product is the best go-to. It's ideal for the happy solution for angry skin, literally. And use AM PM before moisturizer for all skin types, especially sensitive skin. So that's me right here. I did also get a deluxe sample of this item. It's the Honey Halo Ultra Moisturizing Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. So this is a product that I'm not unfamiliar with. I love this during the winter to give my skin like a rich, thick layer of moisturization. This isn't necessarily an item that I would use during the spring-summer months. During the spring-summer months, I like to go for a more lightweight moisturizer, and I tend to wear the Clinique Moisture Surge, which is like a gel like moisturizer. They also have a nice dupe with e.l.f. also has a very nice dupe for that product. I did pick this up. This is like one of my ultimate favorite products, Java Jitters. It is the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter. I love it because the shade of the highlighter is very similar to my natural skin tone. So I'm just getting like a daylight glisten instead of like a more copper rich or gold. It just feels like a very natural reflect effect. And this item is pretty much the same thing. I think it's a dupe. Sephora is going to give it to me for 30% off. So I'm just going to test and compare because this item is actually limited edition. And then on the topic of makeup, we also have this cream blush, the Cheeks Out Formula Cream Blush by Fenty Beauty in the shade Fuego Flush. And so it's just going to give me, as a dark skin girly, a natural orange flush of blush. And then I did purchase, if I didn't say this already, I actually purchased some of these items through the Fenty sale. Some of these items will not be available on Sephora for the Sephora sale, so just bear that in mind. But I got I got this gloss here, which is Lavender Savage. It is a new in Fenty Heat Gloss Bomb, and I just wanted to compare it to the Fenty Cream Gloss Bomb in the shade Mauve Wives. So they're both a shade of lavender, and you can see that the Heat is a more glossy finish, and naturally this is more of a cream finish, but essentially the same shade of lavender purple, different formulation. Now this item is the Fenty Skin Melt Off, and it is a jelly oil makeup melting cleanser. So not unlike any other makeup melting cleanser, very similar to, and obviously same concept as like the Clinique Take the Day Off, but for a more affordable price point. I actually really like the design of this. It comes in this tube and it has this like really jelly like pump. You open it up, pump it, and then it squirts out. But I love the texture of it. It also feels very nice, rich, and hydrating against the skin. This is also actually maybe more so similar to the Inkyless Oat Cleansing Balm, which is also one of my favorite makeup remover products. So pick or choose your preference. Naturally, the Inkyless is going to be your more affordable option, but this just has a bit more of a rich, hydrating finish. Now moving on to hair care, we have this traditional classic Moroccan oil treatment fragrance. I love this product for restoring my synthetic units. So basically, this unit itself is synthetic. If you don't know, now you know. This is Glenna, which is another cult classic unit from Sensational, and this is in the shade Balayage Caramel. I've been wearing a lot of these units lately because, to tell you the honest to God straight up truth, I fried my leave out last year doing YouTube and all the things, so I had to give my hair a break and take some time to restore and rejuvenate it. So that's why the units are in place, and the color has really grown on me. I have been working on some color treatments with my hair just to kind of like brighten up my face. I like that this unit gives that. So while I'm giving my hair a rest throughout the seasonal transitions, the unit is easy to throw on, and I like the look. Like, it gives me a more mature appeal. Next up, we have this item from Pattern Beauty. I was able to have a deluxe sample size of this, and I was completely sold. So I love the way, whenever I'm caring for my natural hair, I love to have like lightweight products that make my hair feel featherweight, light and airy, bouncy when I'm done with my whole wash day routine. It exceeded my expectations. Like, whatever it was giving, like, my hair just felt like literally on cloud nine. So definitely recommend this for the sale. I mean, it's not cheap, but it also comes in a really large package, and a little bit goes a long way. The lather on this is super duper rich. And then before all of that, in terms of your wash day, we have this Olaplex number 3. Honestly, the Sephora VIB sale is the ideal time to purchase any of your Olaplex items. They come in a smaller size, but the product is just heavenly. If you're truly into enhancing, enriching, rejuvenating, restoring your natural hair, Olaplex should definitely be on your wish list. So if you can't get it for this sale, absolutely plan for next sale to stock up. And this item is great I like this item because I have a problem with my hair sometimes between styles where I take my hair down and it knots up. Now that I'm completely natural, I've been natural off and on for many years, but now that I'm completely natural, I don't necessarily have such a hard time after my wash day with knots. But when I'm in a transition between natural and relaxed, I end up with like literally my hair is in knots and clumps, and my only solution is to cut it out. So if you ever saw me rocking a pixie at any point in time, that was probably the reason. So I love to have the security of this item as a pre-treatment. And then we have this item, which is the Briogeo Farewell Frizz Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. No harsh sulfates, no silicones, no parabens. I love this again for that lightweight feeling, and then it's like a dual purpose product where you're getting the heat protectant, but you're also getting that blow drying, detangling effect. And it's great for reducing frizz, smooths hair, enhances shine, and then while protecting from heat up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and that's it for the spring 2026 Sephora VIB sale picks. Let me know in the comments what's already in your cart. What are your re-up items? And even let me know what item is that you're kind of like on the fence about. You're telling yourself you don't need it, but you still really want to buy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.